Hello, this is Bobby of Propel TV Repair with a video today for a main board for Vizio M421VT, which was returned to us by UTV. I think that was called Universal TV. I am focusing on the stamp with our date of repair for the board and on other unique marks for the board so that the viewer of the video will know this is their board. The board was returned to us with a claim that it wasn't working, and the only thing that was functioning was the power button. This TV here is Vizio M421VT, as I have mentioned in our other videos. Both use the same PCB board. They're not compatible. The difference between them is in the panels that are being used. In fact, there are different M421VT models that use different panels and slightly different T-cones and slightly different outputs that are resulting in a somewhat disturbed image. In some cases it can be dark depending on the panel and the firmware and the output of that board and the output of the T-cone. Sometimes it will have an effect like this with the line scrolling through the screen. So don't be alert, we're just saving space here when troubleshooting boards. Issues like those are not a problem to us because we're testing one type of board on another type of panel, and again, problems like that are normal. What is being showcased though is that board is functional. It's currently connected to HDMI 1. To our Google Drive, not Google Drive, Chrome. And I just changed the screen, you can see it here. Chromecast. Well, it actually doesn't say anywhere that it is a Chromecast, and because I haven't connected the... Oh no, there you go. This is the Chromecast, right? So this is working fine. I'm gonna... The Wi-Fi is not connected. It's connected to our testing board where we test EEPROMs, as you may have seen in many other our videos. The Wi-Fi is not connected. I have to pull it out. I have to plug it in this board. I have to reconfigure it, only to show that the Wi-Fi also works. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just change volume up, down, try different inputs on the screen, so that you can see that it is responsive, even though it should be sufficient. So I'm going to be marching the volume up and down with the remote, and there it is down. I'm going to pull the input screen and change the input to another one, say HDMI 4, nothing at HDMI 4. I'm going to go back to Chromecast on HDMI 1, and there you go. The board is fully responsive, and nothing was done to it on our end. If something is not working on your side, UTV, my guess would be power supply board or those connections here and the controls over there. One of the weird things about testing that board on this TV is that if you turn it off and you leave it like that, it will actually turn itself off turn itself on after a while. So you can never leave those. My colleague had tested that earlier today and had left, and when I came in, the TV was on. I've been working for 2 hours before I came. So long story short, this is a functional board. Nothing was done to it. Since it had arrived here, it was just put into this set and tested. And we do a lot of those, meaning, this is not a wild experiment. We know about the scrolling lines. We know sometimes the screen can be darker. We just, again, use one stand on which we can test both boards. There you go, it just powered on itself. It's going to go through the Vizio logo. It's going to hang up here for a while. On this TV, maybe because the Wi-Fi is not connected, maybe because of something else, but the M421s are usually hanging on for longer. than the E422VTs. But eventually it will go over it and end up with the HDMI screen. It is possible you're not getting past that point. I don't know what the situation over there is, but if the TV there is shutting down, it probably has a good reason for that. My guess would be power supply board. I am aware of certain models that would shut off if the T-con is not right, but I have never seen it happen on this one or the actual M421VT, which we had here, but we got rid of it as soon as we figured out that we can use one unit for testing both type of boards. So let's wait until it gets through that so that you see. There you go. And it's ready for HDMI 1. Hope that's enough. Happy troubleshooting and good luck.